Welcome back. April is recognized as National Financial Literacy Month, and our sponsors at Bryant and Stratton College are here to tell us about it. Welcome, Amanda. Thanks so much for coming in today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. First, I actually would like you to start off by telling us what you do at Bryant and Stratton.
So I am an associate professor. I teach mostly the mathematics courses offered there. I also dabble in computing skills and some of the career development courses as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's jump right into talking about what financial literacy is.
Financial literacy is, in simple terms, being able to manage your money. So, for example, if, let's say, you won $100 on a scratch-off ticket, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to spend it, save it, invest it? So just making those small decisions can really kind of determine how your financial future goes.
Yeah. What I think is really cool about what Bryant and Stratton College is doing is making sure that financial literacy is accessible to all of their students. You don't just have to be in a typical finance majored program, for example,
Correct.
you know, accounting or anything like that. So since you're kind of one of the experts and you've been teaching your students, let's talk about some tips on how to become more financially literate.
I would say number one tip is budgeting. So budgeting, I know sometimes it can be a scary word, but all it is, it's a spending plan. That's all that it is. So really document your income for the month, document all of your expenses for the month, and kind of take it from there. Subtract your expenses from your income, and then you kind of get what's left over, and then that money that's left over, you kind of decide what you want to do with it. I would say another tip is making sure you have, I would say, 2 accounts at least. Have like a checking account and a savings account. Have you ever heard the phrase, pay yourself first?
I haven't.
So pay yourself first is as soon as you get your, like let's say your paycheck, it doesn't have to be a lot. It could be 20 bucks, it could be $100. Put that into a savings account before you do anything else. I think that helps a lot. Another thing too is have the money automatically taken out of your paycheck, so then you don't see it.
Then if you don't see it,
Yeah,
sometimes you see that money come in and you're like, I don't really want to, but you can do it automatically. There are apps that can do it for you.
Yep, there's a lot out there.
And sometimes those come in handy.
For sure. So those are just a couple of tips.
It's about having a little bit of cushion somewhere else.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
So with what you're telling us, these tips are kind of pillars that go with financial literacy, right?
Yeah. There's budget, saving and kind of protecting your money, and also credit and debit. So just credit and debit, or credit isn't bad. It's only bad if you don't do it smart.
Right.
So it's just borrowing smart, essentially. So.
Well, here in the U.S., you do need to be building your credit for you to be able to make decisions in the future, like buying a house, getting a loan to start a business, even if you're going to buy a car and you need to get a loan for it. So you do need to be building credit. It is an important thing to be thinking about.
Exactly. And borrowing money is just, just make sure you're paying it back. Making sure you're paying it on time, having good credit history, and that will kind of pave your way to being able to make those big purchases if you need to in the future.
Is that one of the biggest mistakes people make when it comes to finances?
I would say probably overspending or spending beyond their means. And then it kind of trickles down from there. Not only can it affect you financially, but it can affect like your mental health and stressors. It can affect the people around you if
money
you're stressed.
Matters. Money
it really
makes the
does.
world go round, so you've got to be smart about it.
Exactly.
So tell us more about what Bryant and Stratton College is doing for your students and their financial literacy.
So I think, they are a career college, so they're very career focused. I think they do a great job with educating their students about financial literacy. From my personal experience, I teach some of the career development courses, as well as the math courses at Bryant Stratton. And in the career development courses specifically, there is a lesson dedicated to financial literacy. So we talk about it, we talk about budgeting. In the math class that I teach, they have a project dedicated to creating a budget. And essentially at the end of the project, they analyze their finances and decide if they would be ready in 5, 10 years, if they would be able to apply for a mortgage. So,
wow, okay.
yeah, so they do a really great job, I think.
Well, there's a lot to offer at Bryant and Stratton College. If our viewers would like to learn more about you, the classes you offer, or the financial literacy that they can learn from Bryant and Stratton, how can they get in touch with you?
So, of course, go to the website, bryantandstratton.edu. Our admissions department is fabulous, love them, and they can essentially kind of point you into the right direction, and yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in, Amanda, and sharing more about this. Viewers, you can learn more about their financial literacy programs by visiting our sponsors at bryantstratton.edu. Thanks again for coming in.
Thank you so much.